Hey everyone, Ulysses here with SimpleLeverageNetwork.com. You're probably on my blog or you're on my YouTube channel. What we're talking about is how to get rich out here on the internet. I mean, there's so many people out here that just want to know, how do I get rich? And I was one of those people, and went to a training, and somebody told me these 21 tips, these 21 takeaways that I actually paid for to receive, and I want to give it to you for free. All right, so what we're doing, we're getting into these 21 tips on how to get rich on the internet. All right, tip number one. Let me give you 3 tips on blogging. With blogging, you want to be consistent. All right, and when you're blogging, you want to blog once a day at least. All right. And while you're blogging, you want to think open loops. I don't know if you've ever seen that show Lost, or maybe Prison Break is another. I mean, there's so many of them out there. They use open loops throughout the entire show, and at the end, they leave you wanting more. That's what you want to do inside of your blog. You want to be helpful in your blog posts. You don't want to be pitching everyone everything. You want people to gravitate toward you because of your value and what you bring into the marketplace. So be as helpful as you can. You want to have a traffic strategy. If you write an article and you have it out there on your blog, if you're not known throughout the world or throughout the internet, your article is probably not going to be seen by a lot of people. So what you're going to want to do is practice different traffic strategies. And, there's a form below this video, somewhere down way below. You can opt into that form, and we get into many different traffic strategies that, can actually help you to drive more traffic to your blog. But that's definitely key. Have multiple traffic strategies around blogging. Next thing we're talking about is branding. You want to brand you. So important. There's tons of different, marketing systems out there that aid in branding you, but, you really want to maybe come out with your own product. Figure out what you can offer to the marketplace. Take a look at other people that are offering what you can offer. See what they're doing different from you. See what sets you apart from the rest. I market some marketing systems, but the thing is that when people join me in my marketing systems, I give them everything that I possibly know about building a business online and offline. That is the value that I provide. Another thing, position yourself in the target's mind. This goes back to blogging or anything. If you like in a video, or if you're out there, writing a sales letter, you want to position yourself in the target's mind. If you have a capture form, and your capture form has an offer for them to actually opt in to get, you want that offer to be stuck in their minds while they're sleeping or before they sleep. You want them to roll out of bed 12 a.m. to go opt into your form to get whatever it is that you're offering. You want to position yourself in the target's mind. How do you do that? Massive amounts of value. Okay? Next, would you sign up with you? Who would sign up with you? What do you provide? What do you do? Think about it. Look in the mirror. Would you sign up with yourself? Are you that support person that everybody needs? Do you have the information? Are you able to actually lead people? Are you able to help people to have success? Are you knowledgeable? Are you well read? Do you understand your niche, your industry? Very, very important. Would you sign up with you? If you won't, then you want to get more personal development. And on the blog, simpleleveragenetwork.com, we're going to have an entire personal development section with book reviews, everything that you can possibly want to develop yourself in the marketing niche for internet and network marketing and affiliate marketing as well. Next thing, copywriting. Copywriting, you want to talk about what it does, not what it is. All right? Your product, is lifestyle. Okay? If you own a home business, that's your product. Is a lifestyle. You want to talk about how other people on your team are living. You want to talk about the results that other people on your team are getting from your product. You kind of want to take it off of yourself and promote other people. I mean, it's good to talk about yourself and the success that you've had personally, but when you have other people other than yourself also talking about their success, that's even more powerful. So talk about what it is. Talk about what it does, not what it is. Next thing, use urgency and scarcity. That's important. All right. You don't want a situation in copywriting where people think that they have all year to purchase the product or to jump on board the team. You want to have things out there like, look, this product is unlocked for 24 hours and I don't know if it will ever be unlocked again. This is what it offers. These are the bonuses. Pull out your credit card and hit send. Hit go. If the money is a stretch for you, we can break it up in 2 to 3 payments, 2 to 3 installments. You can have these types of call to action, this sense of urgency. Very key. You say, look, we only, we need, we're looking for, we're only letting 2 more people join us this month. And those 2 people that join us are going to get these bonuses just as a token, for joining us. Consider it a sign-on bonus. These are the types of things that you want to add in your copywriting. You don't want to assume. You want to test and track. If you have capture pages out there, if you have sales letters and you're marketing it out there on the internet, you don't want to be in the dark. You want to know exactly how many people hit that page. You want to know exactly how many people are opting in. You want to get your percentages off of the capture pages, your ratios off of the sales page, and optimize it. Okay, sometimes I'll have a bunch of different capture pages out there marketed to the same audience to see which one gets the most opt-ins. Whichever one gets the most opt-ins wins. Then I may have a sales page out there to see which one sells the most. The one that sells the most wins. There's also different capture pages that you want to use depending on the type of marketing that you decide to go with. Different sales pages depending on the different marketing strategies that you decide to use. I get into all of that, and I give all of that value away. You just go ahead and you opt into that form below, and you want to join our Simple Leverage Network University. It's free. We love our members. We definitely want to make sure that you guys are successful. We're building a community. But listen, let's keep it moving. Next thing, on email marketing. You want to speak to the individual rather than the group. All right? You want the person to feel as if there's 2 cups of coffee in between you two. Okay? People like to feel like you're personally invested in them. Your time is only theirs. So you want to speak to them in that manner. Very important. Always have a call to action directing them to what you to what you want them to do. For me, I'll have three subtle call to actions in my emails. I'll have a little bit like halfway down the email, I may have a little advertisement for something. Maybe an update for something that's happening inside of the team. All right, all the way down toward my maybe 75% down. Down the email, I'll have a link to something, some sort of call to action, and then I'll have a PS line after my signature with another call to action. Very key. People are not going to do anything if you don't ask them to or direct them to get more information on the topic that you're writing to them about. All right. Next, always provide value. People are not going to read your stuff if they're not getting anything from it. Email marketing is key. I also talk about storytelling in your emails. All you got to do is just opt into that form below and you'll get that information. Telling stories in your email is key, especially if they're actually getting something from the story. Getting some information like an aha moment is key. People definitely appreciate that. If you mix in a little bit of that, lost effect or that prison break effect where people are worried or, people are, anxious to get the next email, that's key. That's key. That's exactly the type of behavior that you want to drive in your emails. All right, let's keep it moving. Next thing is recruiting. You want to look for who's open. You don't want to run around shooting people down with your opportunity or with your product. You just want to find out who's open. There's people out there that are open, so many people. You just want to find them. All right? Know how to close before you prospect. You don't want to go there and you do such a great job, attracting your prospect, learning about them, whatever their problems are, healing their problems with your opportunity or with your product, and then drop the ball when it's time to close. You want to know how to close before you prospect. All right? Next thing, you don't want to have an addiction to the outcome. In business is just numbers. That's all, just numbers. Find out what your closing ratio is. Find out what your batting average is. Find out how many times you got to put your product out there in front of somebody before they buy. Find out how many times you have to talk to somebody about your opportunity before they jump on the team. All right? That's all that it is. Next thing, team building. In team building, what you really want to do is manage your expectations or manage your new team members, manage their expectations. Manage it up front. Manage the upfront expectations. All right. You don't want it. There's definitely opportunity for somebody to come in and make a boatload of money, right? Or help a boatload of people. But you want to set their expectations correctly. We know that if they're brand new in the industry, there's going to be a learning curve. So let them know that, look, there's a learning curve. Coach them down the shortest route to success. Don't tell them that they're going to come in and make a killing if chances are slim. Set their expectations correctly, and they'll appreciate you for that. And you'll be that that mentor, that person that they can trust. Okay. Next, you want to be congruent. You want to be transparent. You want to be a people person. Okay, you want to show that you're a person too. You want to connect with them. That's very, very, very important. Next thing, you want to do the things that you want your team to do. If you want your team to sit on their butts all day, then sit on your butt all day. If you want your team to get into personal development, then you get into personal development. If you want your team to be at the events, then you get to the events. If you want your team to be on the product, then you be on the product. All right? Do the things that you want your team to do. Very key. Let's talk about getting rich. All right? That's what we all waiting for, right? Okay. To get rich, you want to get around the people who have what you want. You're not going to get rich around a bunch of, couch warmers, a bunch of couch potatoes. All right? You're going to end up being a couch potato. If you're around a bunch of naysayers, you're going to become a naysayer. All right? If you're around a bunch of complainers, you're going to be a complainer. A bunch of warriors, you're going to be a warrior. All right? You're going to be, if you're around people who are making moves, making money, having success, helping a lot of people, creating, life-changing stories, you're going to be that person to do the same thing. All right? You definitely want to surround yourself with people who have what you want. Next thing. You don't have to have money to make money. Okay? But when you get money, you want to be aggressive with it. All right, there's also training available again. Just opt in the form below where I talk about and show you ways to actually make money, or actually market without having to spend money. There's ways to do it. There's ways to attract, build traffic frames without even having to spend a dime. I get into that, but when you get money, you want to be aggressive with it, okay? Now, when I say aggressive, what you want to do is expand your marketing campaign. It's always great to have multiple streams of traffic. Some traffic is paid traffic, okay? But you want to actually go out there and start, investing your money wisely and be more aggressive so that you attract more traffic. They go to that wonderful capture page. They're on the beautiful sales page. They pull out their beautiful credit cards and they press that red throbbing button that says buy now or join now. That's what you want to do ultimately, right? Next thing, once you have money, be willing to invest in your business. You're going to want to expand, right? Whatever grunt work that you're doing, if you're writing articles every day, if you're, running around talking to everybody every single day, if you have money, outsource. Pay for somebody to write articles every day. Get it, pay for, different marketing methods and marketing strategies so that you can really focus on business building activities outside of the grunt work. Okay? Very, very key. I mean, this information I paid a pretty penny for, so take this information. Hope you took some great notes. If not, rewind, play again. This is going to be really, really help you out. Okay? Definitely, definitely, definitely a great video right here. Next thing. Let's get right into it. We covered blogging. We covered branding. We gave you 3 tips on copywriting, 3 tips on email marketing, recruiting, team building, and getting rich. We absolutely, absolutely got a lot of great information out of this. I, would appreciate if you added a like or a tweet or, whatever is up there, Google Plus. We definitely appreciate that. Also, if you can leave a comment if you got something from this, would appreciate that as well. You can go ahead and say bye-bye to those things. But yes, now you can actually join our Facebook community pre-launch. You can like us. We're cool people. We like to help people to have success. We're not going to hit you with like the guru, what do you call it? You can be comfortable with us. We're comfortable people here, right? We're not looking to take advantage of anybody. That link is simpleleveragenetwork.com/fan page. Again, simpleleveragenetwork.com/fan page. All right. We're looking to build a community. We're in pre-launch right now. The first 100 people that get on board, just to like the fan page and become part of the community, will be grandfathered in, and we will be doing something nice for you. So go ahead, get in, be one of those first 100 people. Put your credit cards away. There's nothing for you to buy in there. We're just looking to build up a community. So definitely love to have you. Again, hope that you got some value from this. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, like our fan page, join us on our fan page. And with that said, wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.